So I'm grinding, I'm begging you please. Girl, come stop playing with me. You're the one I need. Let's make it right, girl, don't you feel that chemistry? I'm feeling you, I really hope that's equally. I'm one call away, this is like 1, 2, 3.
Let's just get straight into it, bro. That's really all I can say. Let's get straight into it. I know it's about to be a video. I was told to request it by YouTube fam, or YouTube fam told me to react to this. Hold on, chat. I'm missing something. Hold on, I'm missing something. First of all, everyone say cheese. Everyone say cheese. Did you say cheese? No, did you say cheese? Say cheese, bro. You guys have to say cheese. Like, they got water. Now listen. Oh, if you thought that, like I had shit. No. I'm in the sweats. I'm protected. Anyway, so boom. Let's get straight into this video right here. As I see you guys all the time before we get into these videos, bro. Get your bevs, get your drinks. It's gonna be a lengthy video, so I just want you to buckle in. YouTube fam, thank you for requesting the video. As I tell all you guys, though, join the Discord. Now there's been something going on with the little Discord link. I'ma fix that, okay? But all I'm saying is, it's the T.N.DU crew. I'ma have to type it in the chat or something, give it to y'all boys and girls. But don't worry, I'm gonna get that settled. Now listen, let's get straight into the video.
I feel bad because I wish we could have I told him to stay at his mom's house. I feel bad because don't go anywhere, stay at your mama's house. And he's like, yeah, and he didn't.
Bro, don't start it like that, bro. Don't start it like that. We cannot start it like that. This is my apologies. I was told to work on my pausing game because I paused the video too damn much, and I was told to work on it. I do have a serious problem. That is my fault. But how will I let the people know we live if I don't let them know we live? Chat, as I do all the time, you know we gotta add a track. What track are we adding today? Look, I'm gonna show you. Stop it. That's all I gotta do. Now that they know we can get to the video. I apologize. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. Get to the video.
My body just seemed like it was burning up along with him. I was on fire. My body was burning up because my baby was being burnt up at the time, and it hurt. It was like all part of me was gone. It is still gone. I miss my baby.
One man was shot multiple times in the torso in an apartment. Another man was tortured in an apartment, and
now I know, so I'm not gonna try to pause. I know we're only 1 minute in. Will this be TOS? Listen, I don't want to break TOS. You gotta understand. Like, I'm just starting out. Like, relax, man. Relax, man. But we're gonna get straight into it anyways. Though I hope not. Pray to God, the Lord will protect me.
And then left in a ditch. And what do these men have in common? Car keys. A set of car keys. This is the story of Courtney Palmer. Now, before I get into Courtney Palmer's story, just know that this is going to be very detailed. And yes, all the details are necessary in order for you to fully grasp how ridiculous the demise of the victim was. And there's also a 2-part episode of this story on the show, The First 48. Feel free to check it out as well if you want.
That's a warning. If you can't handle it, click out the video. You gotta do what you gotta do. You know what I mean? That's all I gotta say. That's all I gotta say. Click out the video. Before you click out the video, though, leave a like. After that, click out the video. Go have a good day.
Courtney Glenn Palmer was born in Los Angeles, California on Friday, June 18th, 1993, to his dad, Aaron Palmer Jr., and his mama, Deborah Wooden. They stayed in California until Courtney was 9, and then they moved to Tulsa, Oklahoma, where he finished school. Courtney was described to be pretty creative. He knew how to turn anything into the figure of a car. Give him any items or material, and he'd build a car for you, which I find to be a pretty neat talent to have. But not only that, Courtney was said to have been hilarious and a complete joy to have around. Like, if you were having a bad day, you all went away when Courtney came around because he'd have you laughing so hard. He was also said to have been a loving father himself. He had children of his own and was described to have loved his children.
He had kids? How old was he? He looks young. He doesn't even look old. How old is he?
Dearly.
Oh, shit.
However, at the same time, at some point along in life, Courtney kind of slipped through the cracks. It was already a struggle navigating his day-to-day life, as according to him, he was diagnosed with ADHD, bipolar disorder, and schizophrenia. But he also ran into several issues with the law. According to police who were familiar with Courtney, he was gang affiliated. He abused drugs, which was clearly detrimental to his mental health. He was previously arrested for assault and had some traffic violations. But even with his history, police still spoke to his character underneath all that. They say Courtney was a good kid and believed that he just kept the wrong company around him and had the potential to make something of himself. Unfortunately, he'd never be afforded the chance to ever prove that to himself, to his children, the authorities who believed in him, or anybody who believed in him. Tuesday evening, November 8th, 2016.
I was told not to pause it. I'm just saying. I'm just gonna talk while it goes. This is gonna be a good story. This is gonna be. I already know. I can tell.
Tulsa, Oklahoma. They rush over to the area when they pull up to the scene and they see a man suffering from multiple gunshot wounds to the upper torso, holding on for dear life. So they, of course, get the wounded man to medical help, and he was rushed to St. Francis Hospital. The man named for the shot was 39-year-old Carl Harris, also known as Duke. When he got to the hospital, the doctors said it wasn't looking too good for him, but they hauled him into surgery anyway in efforts to save his life. While still on the scene, police began asking questions to the people who were out there standing around to see what had happened, but no one could say why this happened, who did it. Everybody was confused. But
no, didn't you just? Yo, bruh, this is what I'm talking. No one wants to snitch. No one wants to snitch. Everyone just wants to look around when someone gets shot. Bro, listen, bruh. Snitch. Okay. Listen, I already know some people are gonna come after me, but you have to understand. What if you knew that person? Would you tell them now? Since you knew the person, would you tell them? What if you knew someone who knew that person? What about that? Like, come on, bro. They need help too.
One person who was out there who may have been able to provide some clarity was Carl's girlfriend. She had been standing in the parking lot, so officers asked her to go with them to the station so they could interview her and hope to get more information on what happened. So Carl's girlfriend tells police that she and Carl was in the house, chilling, doing their own thing.
No, I'm good.
And Carl's friend was...
No bless you? No bless you is crazy, I'm not even gonna lie. No bless you is crazy, I'm not gonna lie.
Over there with them when he needed to borrow Carl's vehicle, a gold Monte Carlo. The friend being Courtney Palmer. So she tells police that Courtney leaves, and when he comes back to her and Carl's house, he comes back without the car keys. And so she says that's when Carl asks Courtney, like, okay, where's my car keys? where's my car? And this is when Courtney tells him that somebody took the keys from him, and he tells him where he was when the keys were taken. She says that when Carl asks her to take him over to the apartment complex so he could see what's going on and get his keys and car back, Courtney went with them. So boom, it's the girlfriend, Carl, and Courtney. They all get in the girlfriend's car and they head on over to the apartment complex. Once they get there, they see the vehicle sitting in the parking lot in the same spot that Courtney had parked it. So they all get out the car, and Courtney points out a specific apartment, telling Carl that the people who took the keys from him were in this specific apartment. So now Carl walks up to the apartment, and according to the girlfriend, he didn't have no weapons on him or nothing like that. He just went up to the apartment and he starts knocking on the door. She can see Carl knocking on the door, and she can see that somebody from inside opened the door. She doesn't see who. But the people who opened the door started talking to Carl. They're talking to each other. She doesn't know what's being said because she was still outside on the sidewalk. But she could see that they were talking and that Carl had gone inside of the apartment. At that
He's a D1 crash out. You cannot let him go inside the apartment. He literally got run in with the law 20 million times. You cannot let him just go into the apartment like that, bro. Why were you not with him if it was 3 of y'all niggas? Why did you not...
point, she's thinking, okay, they're gonna give him his keys, no big deal. But then that's when she hears gunshots go off. Now at that point, her, Courtney, and whoever else that was out there took But then
I told
she's
you.
like,
What I tell you?
My man. So she turns back around, and that's when she sees Carl walking out the house. But she described him as walking like real slow. So she starts panicking, and she's asking him like, oh my God, did you get shot? And Carl's like, yeah. And he just drops to the floor. Now as she's sitting there talking to the investigators, she gets a phone call that miraculously Carl was in stable condition. He survived the shooting.
Well, my bad, gang. My bad. What the? That boy survived the shooting?
After giving her detailed perspective, investigators felt like she was being truthful about what she knew to have happened to Carl, so they didn't suspect anything fishy on her behalf, and they let her go. So now this is where we see Courtney come into the station to give his account of what happened since he was right there. Now, I told you police were already familiar with Courtney and were pretty fond of him despite his shortcomings. So when Detective White comes into the interview room, he and Courtney exchange greetings, but you can visibly see that Courtney was fidgety and anxious. Detective White tells him, have a seat, and Courtney declines. He says he can't because he needs to walk back and forth because of his ADHD, bipolar.
Come on, bro, sit down and talk to me.
How you been?
I've been doing fine.
The man's chilling, bro. This is live this is real footage. This is real footage. We're getting real live footage. Lock in. The man's dapping him up. He's chilling. This is him showing the officer he's not scared of him. He's gonna come into this interview. You're not getting none out of me.
Sit down, man. Relax.
No, I gotta walk back and forth because I'm ADHD bipolar.
And he admits that he hadn't had any of his medication that day. And throughout this
Okay.
interview, Courtney's
so he's
is just very uneasy.
Well, he did tell you what he had.
Walking back and forth. He's sitting on the floor. He's standing up. At one point, when Detective White left the room and came back, Courtney's shoes was off. Pants was off, sprawled out on the floor.
Fam, the man told you he didn't have his. The man told you he didn't have his meds. He told you that. At least he's knowledgeable enough to know he's acting like this because he doesn't have his meds. Think about that. Most people don't even know that. They're just acting like this. Bro, he's come on, bro. Give him some credit.
His t-shirt and basketball shorts on. He was saying that he was hungry,
Was
so
he
they
smoking?
gave him a bag of some vanilla sandwich cookies, and he asked for a cigarette, I'm assuming to calm his nerves, so they brought him one, and he was hyped behind that. He even laid on the floor.
They gave him a cigarette?
Like, laid
They gave
down
him
as
chips
if the
and-
floor was a bed, so it just speaks to him not having his medication on top of being high. The
Okay.
detective said Courtney was actually high on PCP when he came in to speak.
Oh,
Moving right along, when
shit.
Detective White comes in, Courtney's hype. The first thing he says is, all right, where you want me to start? Should I go all the way back to 2006 or what? Clearly indicating that he's ready to spill a whole lot more than what happened to Carl. And
Whoa. Hold on, wait a minute. I thought he wasn't giving up information. Oh, he's snitching. No, he actually is snitching. See? You guys want to get at me. You gotta do what you gotta do to survive, bro. Just look what he's doing.
Detective White is like, well, let's just start with tonight. So immediately,
Oh, wait.
Courtney is like,
Fuck it.
I had nothing
I'm sorry. We'll survive in the moment. In the moment. Okay, in the moment.
to do with what happened. I would never set Carl up.
Where y'all want me to start from 2006 or 2000 what?
How about tonight?
Tonight, Carl was just trying to help me. He went in the house for me.
I
And I
know.
want to prove to that I did not set him up.
And
Okay.
I'm assuming that Courtney wanted to make that clear because he knew that it could have appeared that
Okay.
way. And he actually spoke very highly of Carl. He considered him to be a friend. He said that Carl was always trying to help him.
Okay.
To do the right thing for his kids. And Detective White asks him, like, why was Carl even at the apartment complex? And Courtney says, so he could get his car keys back. He said a woman is the one who took the keys from him and said that Carl never banged on the door. He just knocked on the door. And that's when a short man came to the door. And when he came to the door, Carl addressed the man and the man told him to chill because there was kids in the apartment. And then boom, gunshots go off.
So that... Oh my gosh. That does not look good. That does not look good for him. I'm not even gonna lie. That does not look good for him.
Is he dead?
No. This is the last time.
Oh. Yeah. What's going on, my boy? What's going on, my boy? Listen, we in here reacting to this case, okay? Okay, this is a tragic case. You have to understand, we just getting started. We're only 9 minutes in. I told everyone to buckle in and get started, right? We're 9 minutes in, okay? We're about to really get into it now. Okay, it's already getting a little, yeah, so just get ready. You know what I mean? Don't worry.
I heard he was stable, so that's good.
Okay. He's
So-
a healthy man, too. He eats a lot. All Duke do is just help me out. Want me to do the right thing for my daughter.
First thing I want
Okay,
is I
okay.
wanna help
So he's a
your
good guy.
friend tonight. You go over there to that apartment. Why'd you go over there?
That's Carl wanted his car keys back.
And
Courtney
you
says
guys
Carl's
were there
keys
hitting
were
on the
taken
door,
from him earlier
or he was.
by a woman in the complex.
Courtney Palmer.
What's her full name?
He gives White her
Some little
name.
guy came out and said, "Hey,
Has she go over to that apartment?
Oh, he's actually like giving them everything. Well, shit. Bro, fam, why is he giving them everything though? Is it because he's high? Is it because he's... I think that's what it is. He's high of... They said that he's high of PCP when they took him in. 1, 2. He also said he didn't take his meds. 3. When he didn't take his meds, fam, the man has ADHD and what was it? What was it? What was the other one? Bipolar disorder. So you have to understand he's bipolar. He's on and off. Right now he's calm. He's chill. Ray can get hyped up, but right now he's... I think the PCP's getting him calmed out and making him just... He thinks he's just talking to a friend because he dapped him up. They gave him a cigarette. They gave him chips. They gave him a drink.
Everybody pushed his back.
That's how they get you, eh? That's how they get you.
And that's when gunshots started firing.
Carl knocked on the door. He didn't hit on the door. He knocked on
Where
the
were
door.
you when that was going
I
on?
was standing right behind him.
And he tells the detective that the man who shot Carl was someone named Teddy. Now, this is when we see Courtney expressing how much fear he was in for his life. He told the detective how he was nervous and that he needed the detective's help with getting out of state and going back to California to his sister's house because if he didn't, his life was going to be taken. He asked the detectives to even put a tracking device on him so they could keep tabs on him because he knew he was going to be a target.
He is actually thinking ahead, and this is crazy. And he's not even on his meds. I feel like without his meds, it's keeping him on tact and on six. Like, you have to understand, on 6, because he knows the situation he's in now. I told you everything. You have to help me now. Bring me to my... Just send me to my sister's house. I'm literally telling you to track me to make sure I don't run. Just send me to my sister's house. Like, what?
He kept saying it. He kept saying, I need to get out of here. I need to leave the state. I feel like I'm going to die. I need y'all help with leaving because if I don't, I'm going to be taken out.
I'm nervous, man. Man, look, I'm trying to help y'all, bro. Solve all these murders, bro. Damn, man, I got so much to tell y'all, bro. And I want you to put me on GPS. Can you give me a GPS?
Why do you need a GPS?
So these motherfuckers won't come down there and kill me? That's why I'm going to California with my sister. Can you get me there, please?
I'm not gonna be able to get you on a bus tonight. I can tell you that.
Look at me, man. I'm hurt.
Bro, help him. Yeah, you can. You can book him a flight. Like, you can book him a flight, or you can get him on a bus. Like, you can. Don't even do that, bruh. You know you have the resources to do that. Or even get him a flight, like, in the morning. Put him in somewhere hotel and get it. But you didn't try to help. You didn't try to help. You didn't give a fuck. You just wanted the information. And you said bun it.
I'm scarred from the streets.
Get something on your stomach. Did you take anything today?
No, I didn't take none of that, bro.
Are you
That
supposed to
is
take
cap.
Y'all supposed to take my 88 thing.
How come you're not? You haven't been taking that, have you?
No, I haven't. That's why I'm anxious. I'm doing the right thing. I feel like I'm gonna die, cuz.
You're gonna die if you keep living like this.
I know.
Well, then help him. Why are you saying that, bruh? He's literally fessing up. Fam, doesn't even make sense. Okay, stop. He knows that. Why are you saying that? He knows that. That's why he's telling you everything, and he's asking to go to his sister's house. What does saying that even do?
I don't want you to die.
Nigga, oh my god, this detective right here is a waste man.
I just need to know who
He
shot
is
your friend.
top tier waste man. Top tier waste manery.
Yeah. Who pulled the trigger?
Give me my eyes. I'm telling you right now. Daddy.
You saw him shoot.
Yes.
And you can see that the detective is frustrated with Courtney. He's not really taking heed to what Courtney is saying because Courtney isn't on his meds, and he's pretty dismissive to Courtney's plea for help.
That's what I'm
In response to
saying.
Courtney's plea for help on getting to California, the detective tells him, well, I can't get you on no bus tonight. And Courtney is like, no, I need a plane. And the detective...
Exactly. You get him on a bus, they're gonna pull in front of the bus. They're gonna hop on the bus. Like, bro, get him. I'm sorry, chat. I'm sorry. Get him on a plane. What? Like, bro, you can make a call and do that. They have overnight flights. Okay, WestJet does that. Send him on Spirit if you gotta do it, bro. Send him on Spirit. Fuck it. Bro, get him out of the country. He's asking you for help. You can't buy one plane ticket for the man?
kind of just gives him this blank stare. Courtney made it very clear that his life was in danger. He was in fear, and he asked for help on getting up out of Dodge, and due to his frantic behavior, his concerns were brushed off. This will be important to remember for later. Now, when Courtney tells the detective that this guy named Teddy is the one who shot Carl, the detective goes and pulls up some info on Teddy, including a photo, comes back into the room and shows the photo to Courtney. And sure enough, Courtney confirmed that this was Teddy in the photo. At this point, Courtney is visibly, increasingly becoming more fidgety, more anxious, saying,
You know what he should have done? He should have said, if you get me a plane out of here, I'll tell you everything you want to know. See how you asked him who shot him? I would have been like, listen, for me to get, but he wasn't on his meds, so he wasn't thinking that clear. But I would have said, like, if you want me to tell you who the person who shot him was, you're going to have to get me out of here. There is no question. Because I'm not giving you no information. If I don't know, I will get a plane to a different country. That's all I need.
How, he needs his meds, he needs to see his mom, he needs to see his kids, and he repeats that he needs to get to California, and he wants to be tracked by the police to ensure he's being looked over. Detective White is visibly frustrated. He's feeling like I probably can't even take his word for anything because he's not on his meds. He's all over the place. And he couldn't just get a warrant for this Teddy guy based solely on Courtney's word. So at this point, as Courtney is laying on the floor, Detective White tells him, you know what? Go home. Go get some.
No, do not send me home. And I just came here and ratted everything out. Do you know that doesn't even make any sense? Do you know that doesn't even make any sense? This is getting me angry. Oh my gosh. Oh, this is getting me angry. No, because I don't. Oh my gosh. I'm not trying to get out of my body. I'm just going to continue.
Rest, take your meds, lay low at your mother's house. Don't be outside roaming the streets. And when you sober up and you're medicated, then we can talk. And Courtney got up, he put on his clothes, he agreed to what Detective White told him, and he went on his way.
I just need my daughter. That's all I want. My daughter, California, is the GPS, so they won't track me for y'all. Please, man. I need my medicine.
Why are you just looking at him like that? Why is he just looking at him like that? I'm not saying anything. He's saying please. I'm sorry. Can I get a quick timestamp on what year this was? Can I get a quick timestamp on what year this was? I'm sorry. No, just a quick timestamp on what year this was. I just want to figure it out. Just be 100% sure before I say anything. What? 2016? When was Black Lives Matter? 2020? I'm not gonna lie, very believable. Yep. Very believable.
Please, man. I need my medicine. I'm ADHD, bipolar schizophrenic.
I'm not.
I need to go to my mama. I just gotta get some sleep, bro. And make sure my mama alright.
Now, keep in mind, the detectives told him to lay low at his mother's house because that's also important to remember for later. Now, the girl who took Carl's car keys from Courtney showed up to the police station to give her account on what role she played in all this. And it gives some clarity as to how all this even started. So, according to the young lady, she said she's known Courtney, who was just 23 years old at the time, since they
23, he had kids? He's a young buck doing it.
were 15 years old, and he had a child with one of her best friends. So when she saw Courtney pulling up to the apartment complex in the gold Monte Carlo, swerving and driving in a way that could put other people's lives at risk as well as his own, she approached him when he got out the car because she thought it was his car. And she said, she was like, you know, she knew that he was high. Remember, this is somebody that she's known for a whole 8 years. So she already knew when he was under the influence. So she's like, nah. She takes the keys from him and she tells him, like, go sober up. And once you sober up, you can get the keys back.
Okay.
Whole time, not even knowing that the car belonged to somebody else. And Courtney didn't tell her that. So when she took the keys from him, she left in her own vehicle, not thinking nothing of it. And when she gets back to the apartment complex, people were asking her if she was okay, and she was confused, like, yeah, I'm good, like, what y'all talking about? And that's when she learned about what happened to Carl. So you see, Courtney went back and told Carl about what happened with these keys, but he didn't tell him everything. He didn't tell Carl that the girl left the complex. He told Carl that the person who took his keys was in some apartment, to which I believe, him being so high, he gave Carl the wrong information.
Damn. He thought that the person that took, because he was so high, he didn't even know it was Courtney. So he thought the person that took his keys walked up and went to the apartment complex and not in the car and left.
Not even thinking about what could have happened, you know, ahead of time. Plus, when Courtney, Carl, and Carl's girlfriend were on their way to the apartment complex to get the keys back, Courtney was in the car, you know, getting real froggy. Like, oh, they trying to play me, F out of here, you know, just talking spicy. And the girlfriend...
Bro, Fam, you never got your keys stolen. Your friend took your keys. Gang. Don't tell me. Don't tell me. If you continue the story and you tell me that you ratted on yourself and you put yourself in that situation, I'm actually going to be angry.
Said that's how Courtney was anyway. He was always so animated. But, you know, imagine Carl hearing all that, probably really thinking somebody done violated his little mans and his car keys done got taken in the process of all that. So really this whole thing was just a big misunderstanding that damn near took Carl's life when you think about the grand scheme of things. But thankfully Carl was in the hospital on the road to recovery. But this entire ordeal is nowhere near over. Police still wanted to talk to Carl to get his side of the story, and they also wanted to speak to Courtney while he was sober and coherent. But before they could even speak to any of these guys, they get a phone call from a man stating that he was in the apartment when the shooting went down. So they asked him if he could come into the station for an interview.
We got third witness. We got third witness.
Man agrees. He shows up. Once in
Mr.
the interview,
Red
says not only was he there,
what's up, my
he
boy?
was the one who pulled the trigger. You see,
What's up, my
this
boy?
guy was saying it was him, his girlfriend, 2 other ladies, and the 5 children in the apartment. He says he had just walked in the door, locked the door, going inside of the apartment, and that's when he heard the kicking at the door. Boom, boom, boom. He says he goes back to the door to see, you know, who's kicking his door.
So,
He
come on,
could
who's
hear
kicking the door?
the window to his bedroom get busted out. So now at this point, he had...
They threw a rock at his window. Yo, I can see that. This guy's on a new account, Mr. Red Official. Tell blouse on the skirt. But yes, listen, we're reacting to this true crime. Sorry, let's get back into it. I was told not to pause. People were paging me about that. I'm trying to get better. I've actually been doing pretty good this video. So we're going to get right back into it.
halfway opens the door and see Carl standing there. So the guy says to Carl, like, yo, I got kids in here. Like, what's going on? Which is what Courtney said as well. He said the guy who opened the door did mention children being in the house. So this guy says that Carl responds like, man, F those kids. And then he barges into the apartment. So
what did the kids do? No. What did the kids do? What did the kids do? Bro. Oh, fuck them kids. I think I said fuck them kids. Oh, this is why do I keep forgetting his name? And they said his name 50 million times. It's a case. It's a little case. I don't even know if you would call it true. Is it? True crime is more like ill people, what they did. This is like more of a case, like a police case. It was suggested to me actually by YouTube fam. Thank you, YouTube fam. It was suggested to me. I'm gonna find the name of the person who suggested the video at the end of the video. Don't worry. We're gonna get straight back into it. Don't worry.
detectives are asking him like, okay, did anybody in this apartment even know Carl personally? And the man is like, no, nobody even knew who he was. So for him, it's like, okay, this strange man who barging into his apartment after kicking his door and busting his window out, kids is in the house, women in the house, everybody's scared, they screaming. So at this point, he feeling like he gotta, protect the household, especially as the man of the house. So the detectives ask him like, did you know what he was there for? And the guy's like, no, I didn't know at the time, but later on, I found out it was about some keys, but I don't know nothing about no keys or nothing. So as Carl barges into the apartment, the guy says that he runs into his bedroom to grab his gun because he kept it under the mattress. By the time he's turning around, Carl is standing right there at the bedroom door. And so, that's when he just shot him several times. Boom, boom, boom.
He said he got shot several times and he's on the road to recovery.
And he said, I was wrong for leaving the scene. I left because I was scared, but once all my nerves calmed down, I realized I'm not even in the wrong. I was protecting my home and my loved ones. It was either going to be him or me.
That's
and
a fact.
He said, if I could do it all over again, I still would have shot him because
you have to understand, first of all, in America, trespassing is a thing. If you walk on someone's property, they literally have the right to shoot you. Like, if you try to rob them, they have the right to shoot you. They're not going to jail for that. I'm going to let you know that right now. So, if you think you're going to walk up to his property, walk up to, Yeah, no mercy. If you think you're gonna walk up to his property and all of that and get no, that's not happening. So he protected his family and his kids and his protected all of them, bro. He's the man of the house.
Of the way he went about it. The only different thing that he would have done was stayed at the scene. He said he hated that it had to happen like that, but pretty much it is what it is. So at this point, detectives say that everything this man was telling them is pretty consistent with the evidence at the scene. And just to jump ahead a bit and close this part of the story out, the man was never charged with anything. Prosecutors
told you
man shot out of self-defense and he wouldn't
told
face
you
any consequences.
What'd I tell you?
That's that with that. But
What?
stay with me.
I'm telling you, I'm sitting here and I'm not lying. I'm letting you guys know facts. Like, hold on, what do you mean? Hold on, over here, you know, if you go guy's house, you get what? Yeah, that's not everywhere, bro. That is not everywhere. Okay, Elise Angel. Listen, Elise Angel. I want to say motherfucker. Thank you. I'm sorry. When I paused the video and I was told not to do that.
Because things just get worse from here. Now, at this point, the detectives are still
that's good.
wanting to speak to Courtney because even though they didn't do much to help Courtney when he expressed being in fear for his life, they were still concerned about him because they hadn't heard from Courtney. They're like, hoping that he did as they told him, which was to stay out the way and lay low at his mother's house. A week passed by after that investigation with the man at the apartment.
Obviously.
It was Thursday, November 17th, 2016, and Courtney was reported missing. Now, detectives are nervous. They're like, something probably happened to him just like he said it would. And boom, they get an anonymous call from someone who told them Courtney was deceased. The anonymous caller said they got some information from a woman they know who told them that Courtney's life was taken in the bathroom of a house in Tulsa and that his body was sent out to a town called Summit in Muskogee County, where there's a bunch of hogs and pigs so that the hogs could consume his deceased body.
What? Bro. Oh my gosh. I was told recently that shit like this happened in real life, and to be honest with you, I didn't believe it. Like, I don't believe it, cause like I thought shit like this only happens in movies. But to some movies there are some truth, and that is a fact.
The detectives don't know if this information could be true or if someone could just be goofing off and trolling, but at the same time, they had to consider that some people did believe that Courtney set Carl up to be eliminated, and they could have wanted retaliation for what happened to Carl. So detectives called Courtney's mom, Deborah.
But why would he even do that? Why would he even try to set him up when he knew that was his homeboy, that was his top dog? He's not setting them up. Like, what do you talk about? Pluto! What's going on, bruh? Hold on, what song? What song we talking about? Sorry. What song we talking about? Don't worry, we'll see the Discord. We'll see the Discord in a minute when we're done this. Pushaisi. Oh! I'm not gonna lie to you. I did react to that, my brother. I'm not gonna lie. I did react to that, my brother. I did. I'm not gonna lie.
She's seen or heard from her son, and she tells them no, she hadn't seen or heard from Courtney since November 10th, 2 days after Carl got shot. And she was worried sick because she normally spoke to him every day. They called his sister in California to see if she spoke to him, but she said she hadn't heard from him either. They checked his social media to see if he'd been active, but nothing. So now
Fam,
detectives are feeling
R.I.P.
like there just might be some truth to that anonymous call they got, but they're still hoping for the best. Now,
Bro, the
investigators
detectives
were
are
able to
so
obtain
dumb.
the
He
police
asked for
address
help.
and
He
gave
asked for
anonymous
help, and you
tips
didn't give
with
him help.
information about Courtney being deceased and fed
You
to
missed the stream,
Hall.
gang. I'm
So
not
they
gonna
went
lie.
to her house to pick her up and bring her back to the station for an interview to find out how does she know this information. Once in the station, the woman says that another woman by the name of Charlita, aka Charlie, was the one who told her about Carl getting shot, and people believing that Courtney set Carl up. She then says that Charlita told her straight up that she lied to Courtney and lured him to come over to her house on November 10th, which is the last time that Deborah says she heard from her son. So apparently, Charlita lured Courtney to her apartment, and once he got there, Charlita got him high so that he could start spilling information about what happened to Carl while he was under the influence, because at the time, Carl couldn't talk to anybody while he was in the hospital. So the woman says at that point, she asks Charlita, like, well, okay, where even is Courtney?
Like,
and
like, where is he?
just tells her, well, nobody got to worry about him no more. The woman says she just got this really bad feeling when Charlita told her that, but she didn't know what it meant exactly, and at that point, she had no idea.
If you don't know what that means, I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, either they told him not to do anything or lay low and leave the country, or the other thing.
Where Courtney could be, so detectives just gave her their contact information and told her to reach out if she came across any more info. So now with this Charlita woman's name being brought up, Charlita Mack to be precise, who was 39 years old at the time.
Okay.
Police began looking into who she was, and her rap sheet came up, which consisted of multiple convictions, including larceny and harboring a fugitive. So detectives make a plan to get to the home where Charlita lived to search her home with an active search warrant. When they get there, they bang on the door and tell Charlita open up the door because they had a search warrant. There were other occupants in the house, and the police told them to step out. As the police went inside the home, on the surface, things looked normal. But then, when they headed into the bathroom, because remember, the anonymous caller told them that Courtney was taken out in a bathroom in the house.
Yes.
The chemical luminol was used in the bathroom, which is a chemical used to detect blood that wasn't completely cleaned up and isn't visible to the eye. It was used, and under the black light, sure enough, the bathroom lit up. There were traces of blood splatter all over the bathroom. Police take Charlita, her 18-year-old son, his girlfriend, a young woman named Jeanette, all to the station in cuffs for questioning.
Bro, oh my gosh, what is going on? Holy shit. No, it's a madness. I'm not even gonna lie. It's a madness. Oh, Red, you got Discord? To blouse on skirt. What? Okay. Yeah, see, don't worry. After this video, I'm gonna get that settled. Don't worry, I got you. I'm gonna pop it in the chat. Don't worry.
They start with questioning Jeanette first. When they sit Jeanette down, they tell her, like, look, we took a look at your record. It's clean. You don't see that often. So don't dirty up your record trying to lie to us. Just be honest about anything you know.
That's what I'm saying. You don't have a record, bro.
And they show her a
Just
photo
tell the truth.
of Courtney.
Just tell the truth.
She knows him. She's like, yeah, I know him, but I hadn't seen him since Halloween at Charlita's house. They tell her how Courtney is missing and possibly deceased. And the rumor is that his life was taken at the house she's living at, Charlita's house. Jeanette's jaw drops. She's like, what? Oh my God, wow. You know, like, it's her first time hearing about this.
Bro, Jeanette, I know they told you to stay strong. You're not going to get charged. But they will literally throw the book at your face. You better fess up, gang. I'm not going to lie. No, she lying. We know she lying. That's not a question. They will throw the book at your face. Tell them right now what happened. Shit, man.
She's saying, all I know is Courtney is missing because I saw it in the news, but anything other than that, I don't know nothing about. Detectives are like, okay, and they let her go. So now they move on to Charlita's 18-year-old son, and they get straight to the nitty-gritty with him. They don't ask him if he knows Courtney.
Yeah, they said, nigga, where is Courtney? They're not playing no games when it comes to the niggas. I ain't gonna lie. No. They're not playing no games when it comes to the niggas. One, you're 18. You're not a minor no more. You're a grown man, so you know what's going on in the crib. That's not a game. Boom. What happened? Man, I ask you, do you know what happened to him?
They're like, how do you know Courtney?
Boom.
And he says Courtney is his cousin's baby father. They ask him if he knows Carl. He said,
damn. Yo, the strategy is different. That's, you know, these detectives been in the game for a long time, bro. How do you know Courtney? Bro, oh my gosh, think about that. That's the only, you would start off with that, right? So you know him. I would have been like, I don't know that guy like that. Like, oh, but that is his cousin baby mama.
Says yes, and he heard about Carl getting shot, and that Courtney is the one who set him up to get shot. The detectives are like, okay, now what did you hear about Courtney? And he says all he knows is what he sees on social media, people posting statuses about Courtney's disappearance. At this point, detectives are tired of pussyfooting around, and they pull out the images of the blood splatter under the luminol in black light, and they show it to the young man, and they're like, listen, we had a search warrant for your home. We found this blood in your bathroom. The son gets all choked up, and detectives are like, look, you're young. You don't want to ruin your life like this. Tell us,
bro. But you have to understand, like, bruh, you know, see, the thing about detectives, right? The thing about detectives, right? They want to get their case done, right? They want to get their case done. They want to right, and all that. Now, I'm not saying I'm defending him, okay? I'm talking about for people like Courtney, right? You guys understand? They want to get their case done and stuff like that, and get it done and get it done and get it done. But you're not understanding that once they tell you what's happening, you're not protecting them. They're putting their life on the line. They could die the next day. They could die when they leave the police station, and you wouldn't do anything about it. You can't do anything about it. It's happening right now. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, bro, they're trying to get their case done, but like, bro, like, understand that sometimes they literally can't tell you, or else they're gonna die. Now, he's 18, he's young, right? He lives in the house, right? But he probably doesn't, like, even know the guy or know what happened. For real. Like, he probably didn't participate, right? So, but at the end of the day, bro, like, you gotta tell him something, bro. Tell him something small.
It's the whole truth and nothing but the truth. So he cracks. He's like, I'm not about to go to jail for nobody else, and he tells them everything he knows. He explains to detectives that it was about 10 or 11 p.m. on November 10th. It was him, his girl Jeanette, his mama Charlita, Charlita's homeboy Gerald, and Gerald's girlfriend who had been staying in Charlita's house for a couple days.
Okay.
And Courtney that were all in the house.
Okay.
The young man says he was in his room chilling when he all of a sudden heard a man screaming. He said he got up, left his room to see what was going on, and that's when he saw Courtney in the bathtub. In the bathroom with Courtney was Gerald and his girlfriend. He said Gerald's girlfriend was steadily yelling while standing over Courtney in the tub, saying, "You got my cousin shot. You got my cousin shot." Talking about Carl. And the girl just started beating on him. He said it just got worse from there. Apparently, Gerald's girlfriend left to go and get some ice from the store. And when she got back, they made Courtney sit in a tub with freezing cold water and the ice. He said he could hear Courtney begging them to please let him get out of the tub, saying that he was freezing cold. And Gerald and his girlfriend was just like, nope, you ain't getting out the tub. The young man said he asked the couple, like, you know, why y'all wilding like this? And they told him, well, Carl can't talk right now, so he ain't gonna be able to talk either. He said this was going on all night, all the way to the morning. And
oh my gosh, they were torturing him. Fam, the man has ADHD. Okay, listen. If he did it on purpose, okay, it was a miscommunication. One, the man he has mental problems. He was off his meds. He was high. You guys should have sat him down and knew that he was off his meds and asked him, what happened? Like, what do you actually remember happening? Like, cause bro, like, there's no way.
That's when they took Courtney's body out of the tub, wrapped him up, and put him inside of some type of like large tub bin thing. Then,
oh my gosh, they killed him.
They placed him in the back of the white pickup truck and drove off, but he wasn't sure where they went. After talking to Charlitte's son, detectives go into the interview room with Charlitte Mack to question her, and with her, they have zero patience. They're like, look, we already know that you know Courtney, and don't even try to BS us because your son already started talking, so you may as well tell the truth. So Charlitte is like, look, Courtney pulled up to my house so we can toot some lines, you know, the powder. And the detective is like, well, we heard you lured him to your house with drugs purposely. And she's like, what? No, that's not what happened. She's swearing up and down. He came over there.
Since what happened? Oh, on his own. He came over there on his own. That's what he wanted to do. You want to come over there on his own? Okay. Yeah. No, you know he likes drugs. You told him, yo, guy, I got some crack, fam. Premium. Fly. And you know what he did? He flew. So now look at him. Look what you did. Don't act stupid. Don't act dumb. You know what you did.
On his own accord, because according to her, that's something he always did. He always just would pop up randomly over at her house. So she's like, Courtney is over there. He's talking loud at the front of the house, being his usual self. And that's when Gerald's girlfriend comes out from the back room and sees Courtney sitting on the couch. Charlitte said the girl knew who Courtney was because they used to be involved with each other.
Okay.
So as Courtney is sitting on the couch, Gerald's girlfriend climbs on top of him and she's angry. She's grabbing onto Courtney's face. She's shouting. And then that's when out of nowhere, she takes a blade and slices his face. Courtney starts.
That's why he heard yelling. That's why he heard yelling. Okay, I get it now.
Was bleeding everywhere. Charlitte says she stepped in and was like, hey, you gotta chill, but the woman wouldn't stop. And this is when both Gerald and his girlfriend take Courtney to the bathroom and start torturing him. Charlitte said when she went to her bathroom, there was blood splattered all over the bathroom. She said Courtney had even looked up at her at one point while he was in the tub, and she could just see his face looking like just so messed up. Charlitte said she went back to her room while all this was going on, and a few hours later, she came out of her room to check on Courtney, but that's when she saw Gerald and Courtney tussling in her hallway. She said Gerald had him in a chokehold trying to choke him out, and Courtney was gasping for air. This is when Gerald's girlfriend comes over to where the men were, and with cowboy boots on, she begins stomping Courtney out.
Oh my gosh. Fam, it was a miscommunication, bruh. Why can't no one just ask the man how he feels about it? How sorry he is. Holy shit.
Over and over again until Courtney was no longer making any other sounds and there was no longer a struggle. She said Gerald's girlfriend then went, got some big trash bags. They placed one bag over Courtney's upper body and another on the lower part of his body, and then they carried him out. When the detectives asked her who cleaned up the bathroom, Charlitte admitted that she cleaned up her own bathroom. They asked her what did Gerald's girlfriend looked like and what was her name. But Charlitte said she didn't know because the girl had on a hoodie that kind of hid her face.
You know what's crazy? Imagine someone committing a murder in your house, in your washroom, and you have nothing to do with it. That's why that little kid said, I told you, that's why that little kid said something. Because they had absolutely nothing to do with it. They came over, then they just started doing it. They didn't even think about it. They just started doing it inside someone else's house.
And she wasn't aware of the girl's name, which to me was suspicious because you don't know what she looks like, don't know her name, but you knew her enough to know that she used to deal with Courtney. Charlitte literally sat there in her own home and allowed these people to torture Courtney.
Like, to be honest with you, like, I would have said you're not doing this in my house. Like, to be honest with you, like, I would have said, take this outside. Like, don't do this in my crib. You guys are wilding. Like, bro, you guys know he has mental problems. Like, bro, let's relax. Like, calm down. Like, bro, if you want to fight him and run the ones and beat him up, okay. But torturing him, killing him, no, nigga, if you want to run the ones, squabble, get it on. Like, bro, okay. But, like, bro, to do all of this, bro, you're wilding.
And did nothing to help him. didn't call police or nothing, just sat there high off drugs, ignoring the police screams and cries of a frail young man being pulverized right there in her bathroom.
I couldn't. I actually could never. I'm not even gonna lie. Hold on. Okay, hold on. Chat, lock in. They're trying to give us a little 5-minute.
During further investigation, detectives were able to obtain surveillance at the gas station that Gerald's girlfriend went and got the ice from. And as they're viewing the footage, they see the girlfriend enter the store, but she wasn't alone and she wasn't with Gerald. She was actually accompanied by Charlotte the son's girlfriend, Jeanette.
Jeanette! Jeanette, you were the only one that we thought was not connected to this in any way. And you helped her get the ice. Jeanette. Oh my gosh. I'm so done. Jeanette, you're finished.
Now remember, Jeanette told the detectives she had no idea what happened to Courtney. She hadn't seen him since Halloween. She only heard about him missing via the news and blah, blah, blah. But here you are on camera with ice bags in your hand while Courtney is literally sitting in the tub in the home you live in being tortured for hours and hours, caught in a lie. Also in the surveillance was the white truck that Courtney had been put inside of after being tortured. So the detectives decided to take a trip down to the town of Summit in Muscogee County, where it was rumored that Courtney had been fed to hogs and pigs, to see if they could find the white truck over there. When they get there, they don't find the white truck, but they do see all throughout the town there were pigs and hogs all over. Literally at every turn, you saw the hogs out there just eating that trash and scraps, which spoke to the idea that Courtney may have very well been fed to the hogs and pigs. And keep these hogs and pigs in mind because the rumors will play a very crucial part in this story later on.
Everything connects. Lock in. Everything connects.
They make more attempts at finding Jeanette since they've learned she lied to them, but to no avail. In the midst of this, they get a call that Gerald has been located, and he's with a girl named Sierra. Immediately, they're like, okay, bet, this Sierra girl must be the girlfriend. They look into the database system to see if they can find an image or a record for her, but they didn't come up with anything other than a report that was made by her against an ex-boyfriend for vandalism. And who was the ex-boyfriend? Courtney Palmer. Now, remember, Charlie already told them that Gerald's girlfriend was once involved with Courtney. So detectives are like, oh yeah, this Sierra girl is definitely Gerald's.
Oh my gosh. Wait a minute. Gerald's girlfriend was definitely involved with Courtney. Oh my gosh. Yeah, see.
Lady, this must be the girl that was on the surveillance at the gas station.
Yeah, bro.
So they head on over to the address that was given to them to finally speak to this Tierra girl and had their warrant in hand. They knock on the door, ask for Tierra. Tierra comes out. They show her.
Chat. Oh my fucking gosh. Chat. Why did I just now notice this? Holy fuck! Oh my god, I'm scared to take the case off. The flash still works. Does the camera still work? All cameras still work. Oh my gosh. I don't even understand that. I have on an OtterBox case. How did the back of the phone break? What? Bro. That don't even make no sense. I ain't gonna lie, that don't even make no sense. I'm scared to take that phone case off. If I take that phone case off, bro, it's just gonna crumble in my hands, boy.
her the warrant and a printout of a still image of the woman at the gas station. And the still image isn't very clear because, as you know, surveillance cameras can be pretty grainy.
That's
So,
true.
black woman in the still image, black woman in front of them, ex-boyfriend is Courtney Palmer. They're assuming that this is their girl. Whole
Has to
time
be.
it's not. Detectives get hit with a curveball
Oh.
because Tierra looks at the image and she's like, "That's not me. That's Ayla." So now we have a new character. This is the first time detectives are hearing the name Ayla.
Ayla.
Tierra tells the detectives her full name is Michaela Riddle, and she and her boyfriend Gerald had moved into her apartment about a month prior, but they moved out days ago, which makes sense because remember, Gerald and who we now know as Michaela was living with Charlita for some days. Pierre tells the detectives, like, I'm glad I could finally speak on all the things that Michaela told me
shit.
because I've been wanting to get this off my chest. I just didn't know who to turn to. So they all head over to the station, and Tierra's like, yeah, her and Courtney had dated at one point, but they had a falling out, so they broke up, but she hadn't heard from him since the breakup, and it was really bothering her because they spoke all the time. She said during a conversation with Michaela told her, you know, well, you're never going to see Courtney again. And Tierra said, she asked her, like, what you mean by that? That's what Michaela told her, like, this is about to be some first 48 stuff. And the
Bro, joking about it is crazy. I'm not gonna lie. Joking about it is crazy. You're sick in your head. You're actually sick in your head.
the wicked irony in that, being that this is really on the first 48. Detectives asked Tierra if she knew where Gerald and Michaela would be living
Go down,
at
brother.
that moment, and she said no, but she was able to provide them with Michaela's phone number. So detectives start investigating to see if they could find Michaela based on her phone records, and the plan was to arrest Michaela, Gerald, and Jeanette on assault and battery with an attempt to commit homicide. And I say an attempt to commit homicide because at this time, Courtney's body still hadn't been found. Now, based on Michaela's phone records, they were led to a pretty broad general area and decided they'd hit the grounds and search for as long as they needed to until they came across Michaela
At the airport right now. What?
Gerald or all three. And lo and behold, they end up finding the truck.
But you tapped in?
At this point, detectives call in more officers so they can stake outside to watch the truck and see if Michaela or Gerald will come outside at some point. While all this is happening, detectives get a phone call that Jeanette came into the station wanting to see.
Guys, and that's what you call real motherfucking love and support, bruh. That shit brings a tear to my eye, bruh. I told myself I wouldn't cry, so I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it.
Detectives head back to the station. Jeanette is there and she's like, look, I know I lied, but I was scared. The truth is, we were all in Charlita's house, getting high. I was there when Courtney got there, but I fell asleep. When I woke up, Charlita told me to go to the store to get some ice for Michaela. I agreed to it, not knowing what the ice was for. When we got back,
you knew what that damn ice was for. You're telling me you were run that back.
All in Charlita's house, getting high.
So you were all in Charlita's house and you didn't hear the screaming. You got the ice from time. You got the ice after she got vexed and started beating him. What are you talking about?
I was there when Courtney got there, but I fell asleep. When I woke up, Charlita told me to go to the store to get some ice with Michaela. I agreed to it, not knowing what the ice was for. When we got back, I put the ice on the counter. Then Michaela took the bags of ice and just launched it at Courtney's head while he was in the tub. Jeanette went on to...
Oh my gosh, is that why? Oh my gosh.
To say the beatings that Courtney endured just kept getting worse and worse. She said he was tortured, beat with hands, feet, the bags of ice. He had hot water on him. He was in cold water with the ice. And then she just started to cry when she talked about how Courtney was begging and pleading for his life to be spared. She recounted how she heard him just saying, please, 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 and saying how...
Bro. What the fuck? Oh, what the fuck? Oh my gosh.
He didn't do it. He had nothing to do with Carl's shooting, but they just wouldn't stop. Jeanette said she just went into the room turned the TV volume up because she didn't want to see or hear what they were doing to Courtney. She said she asked Charlita, like, why did it have to go so far? And Charlita just told her, like, it had already gotten so bad, they just had to finish what they started. Grown-ass Charlita not even trying to
finish what you started?
Or those teens, because she was high out of her mind. No help for Courtney. No
Like-
humanity whatsoever. They took Jeanette into custody and they put an arrest warrant out for Charlita. Now, back at the location of the white
Arrest
pickup
that
truck,
female!
which was outside of Brigton Apartments, an intelligence analyst who was staking outside was able to locate Gerald's uncle in the apartment he and Gerald was staying at. So in the evening hours, police make their move into the apartment with their search warrant in hand and find both Gerald and Michaela in the apartment and place them under arrest.
Good.
When officers entered
Good.
the apartment, they found the sweater they saw Michaela wearing in the surveillance the night she went to get ice from the store. Michaela was heated. She was so mad that there were so many cameras in her face. She was cursing police out, telling them to get the cameras out her face. Because remember,
Bitch, Michaela, I don't give a fuck how you feel about cameras being in your face, ho. You making me get out of my body. Oh my gosh, you making me get out of my body. Oh my gosh, I don't like to get out of my body. I don't give a fuck if you don't like 50 million cameras in your face, bitch. I don't give a fuck. Because you have to understand, you know what you did. You know what you did. We're not giving you no humanity now. Did you want to give that to him? Huh? Did you want to give that to him when he was pleading for his life and asking you to stop? No. You don't give a fuck about no cameras in your face? What the hell? Am I supposed to care? Yo, stop talking to me, bro. Stop talking to me. Like, stop.
but this is all being filmed for the first 48 episodes. And she carried that attitude all the way to the station.
Ew.
When she got into the interview room, she was real dismissive and denied everything the police threw at her. They told her what her charges would be. She said she didn't know why she was getting charged because she didn't do anything.
Okay.
Denied knowing Charlita.
Okay.
Denied knowing Jeanette. Denied knowing...
Wait, you're just gonna deny you know everybody? You know that's not even smart, right? She told you stupid people every single time. So you think you could just deny knowing every single person in the house when every single person in the house saw you there? So you'll know none of them. None of them? No one at all? Okay.
knowing Courtney. Said she got nothing to do with nothing. Denied that it was her in the surveillance at the gas station, even though they showed her herself on camera with the sweater on that they found in the apartment. She just denied everything, but never asked for an attorney. She instead asked to be taken to her cell so she could lay down. And it appeared to me like she was high on the powder because she...
Bro, she was gone, bro. She was gone.
Had that Coca-Cola jaw going on, if you know what I mean. And while she was talking to the detectives, Detective White got so frustrated with her nonchalant demeanor, he called her pathetic after going back and forth with her. And he described her as unremorseful with no regard for human life.
Facts.
That pathetic jab must have really got under Michaela's skin because she started calling him a woman to try and offend him, but he ended up just leaving her in the interview room by herself. And then they moved on to talk to Gerald. But the attempt at talking to Gerald fell flat. First of all, he kept shifting back and forth in his seat, looking super uncomfortable, and said that he had a wicked stomach ache. The detectives told him they wanted to ask him some questions, but he declined to speak without the presence of an attorney. So they said, okay, we'll just let you...
Hey, Gerald Smart. The other shorty, she's going to jail. She's done. Get her out.
know that we're charging you with assault, battery, kidnapping, and an intent to commit homicide. And remember, it's still just attempt at this point
Because they haven't found the body.
They still hadn't found Courtney's body. But they did tell him the charges was in regards to Courtney. And Gerald was acting all shocked and surprised, talking about that was his man's, that was his partner. The nerve and audacity of him to refer to himself as a friend of any kind to Courtney. The detectives placed Gerald...
Nigga, I thought you weren't going to talk without your attorney. Why are you talking so much?
Gerald and cuffs, and that was it for Gerald at the moment. So now detectives shift their attention back to finding Courtney now that they have the main suspects in custody.
Okay.
And what they did next had proven to be a very smart move. Remember, I told y'all to keep the idea of the hogs and pigs in your back pocket because it would be significant in the story later? Well, police decided that they would release the information about Courtney possibly being fed to the hogs and pigs in Muscogee County to the media in hopes that someone would come forward with some kind of information that'll help them.
That's smart. That's smart.
You see,
That's
they
smart.
never released that information to the public before. So with this information,
Oh no, Red, I
now being
appreciate you. I
public,
appreciate
boom,
you.
An anonymous caller called the detectives to let them know that Gerald had lived in the area near him in Muscogee for about 6 months before he had moved. He
6
said
months.
around the time Courtney went missing, he saw Gerald come back in the area in a white pickup truck with a tall female with him, and they had taken something out of the truck but said they were just cleaning out their truck. So the next morning on Thursday, December 15th, 2016, after that anonymous tip, Tulsa homicide detectives were joined by forensic anthropologists with Oklahoma State Medical Examiner's Office to process.
Bro, they got everybody outside. I'm happy to see the police doing their job. I'm happy to see it being done. It's a little late, but it's a little late because you should have helped him from the time before when he was asking you to. And it was the same detective, eh? The same detective.
Assess the scene. They headed out to the property they were tipped off about, and sure enough, they made the unfortunate discovery of Courtney's deceased body. Courtney hadn't been fed to pigs and hogs. That was just a rumor. However, his body was badly burned and thrown in a ditch.
Oh my
The body had been burned so badly, his remains looked like literal charcoal. Police had to make the unfortunate phone call to his mother to let her know that they believed they found Courtney's body deceased. And I use the term believed because, of course, they had to identify.
They don't know if it's him.
Confirming, in which eventually medical examiners did confirm that yes, it was Courtney's body. Gerald pled guilty to charges of desecrating a human corpse, committing a gang-related offense, kidnapping, and first-degree homicide. District Judge Sharon Holmes sentenced Gerald to life in prison without the possibility of parole.
And that's what you get. Yeah, fuck. And that's what you get. No, good.
Michaela was convicted of second-degree homicide and was sentenced to 49 years. She
Yeah, you're never coming out.
On multiple grounds with the Oklahoma Court of Appeals, but she was denied.
Denied. Nigga, fuck is you talk about? You're not getting no appeal. You're not getting none of that. You're done. Cooked. Shipped out. Done. Dealt with. Stop playing with me, boy. I'm playing with you.
To being an accessory to homicide, earning a 2-year prison sentence and 18 years under the Oklahoma Department of Corrections supervision. On November 7th, 2017, homicide charges against her had been dropped. Courtney's mom, Deborah, got cremated. She expressed how much she was going.
Wait, is that good or is that bad? Because she was involved, wasn't she? Because she was a little girl that had nothing to do. No, that's not good. I'm sorry. I was thinking of the wrong person. I thought my man, the son, I thought he got charged with something. If he is charges dropped, he's good because he ratted right away. Oh my god, why did her charges get dropped?
Trying to miss her baby boy. She remembered Courtney as just being funny and a joy, saying how he missed his calling card to be a comedian. She said he's up in heaven now doing his thing, keeping the angels laughing, and said that God needed him more. This whole entire story was so unfortunate. Just one big misunderstanding that led to a man almost being eliminated because, to be honest, he went about it the wrong way for real. You don't go to nobody's home, regardless of the situation, looking for static, unarmed at that.
Exactly.
Can't even defend yourself for real. Kicking on doors, busting out windows. You got your lady waiting on you right outside, and you talking about F them kids while you in another man's home that you never saw a day in your life.
Exactly. Do you know how crazy that is? Yo, someone popped into my crib. I'm talking about I got my kids in here, bro. What's up? We can't be doing this. Let's take us outside. Man, I said, fuck them kids. Fuck them kids. My kids? Who is you talking to? Yeah, no. That can't go on. That right there cannot go on. Cannot happen. Not happening. Absolutely not.
So when it comes to Carl, he better thank God that he's still here for real. And this
Yep.
one big misunderstanding that led to the horrifying torture and death of a young man who begged police for help in getting away because he knew his life was on the line, who begged and pleaded with the ones who took his life to spare his life, all while knowing he was about to die. The brain on drugs is a terrible thing. Everyone involved in this story were all on drugs. We know
That's crazy. That's
that
insane.
being under the influence impairs your better judgment. And Courtney was too high to realize he walked Carl right into a situation that almost cost him his life. And Charlita, her son, and Jeanette were too high to get Courtney any help as he lay there screaming, begging, and pleading in that bathtub. And as for the police, law enforcement really needs to do a better job at taking people's safety concerns more seriously.
Like, bro, let me tell you something. If I told you, I'm saying this again. If I told you I'm going to die because I'm giving you this information, or I'm going to die because people want my head now because of what I did to a top dog in the game, nigga, help me. Help me! Nigga, come on, man. Come on.
How many times have we heard that someone's DV concerns weren't taken seriously until it was too late? Or someone's
Too many times.
situation wasn't taken
They
seriously.
don't care. They
until
want
it
to get
was
their
too
case
late.
done.
Or someone who witnessed something who was afraid they'd be sought after wasn't taken seriously until it was too late. I understand that they instructed Courtney to lay low, but he asked. He asked them for help.
More than once.
And he
More than
ignored
once.
his
He asked more than
direct
once.
request for a trip to California, all because he wasn't on his meds and he was high. They didn't take him seriously at all. And if they forever feel guilt for that, it serves them right. Demons are walking around in human vessels. Children
Facts.
are growing
Facts.
up without a father.
Preach.
A mother has lost her son. And no, Courtney didn't deserve the torture that he endured. He didn't deserve to lose his life the way that he did. The whole entire situation could have been avoided. It never had to go as far as it did.
Never.
It was never that serious, for real. An unpopular opinion, but if Courtney's demise weighed heavy on Carl's heart and soul every waking moment of his life, it would serve him right.
Fam, I
do
hope it
send my
does.
deepest condolences to Courtney's mom,
Same.
his children.
My deepest condolences to Courtney's mom and his children because, no. He should have not passed away that way. He should have never passed away that way. That was a terrible way to go out, and he should have never went out like that. It was a miscommunication, bruh. Can we sit down and have a conversation? Can we talk about it? Can we discuss it? Like, God. Bro, I'm done. I'm done. I'm actually done. No. It's okay. I try not to get out of my body, but some things frustrate me and it gets me out of my body. I'm trying to do it. Still though. I appreciate you sending me this video, cause no, this is absolute madness. I'm not going. It's absolute madness.